hope you are having a fantastic day. Welcome. If you are watching this recording, feel free to skip ahead about to the 2-minute mark to get to the content. Let me know who you are and where you're from. And if you're watching the replay, make sure to hashtag replay so I know that you were here. All right. So let me give you guys a few moments to get on. While you're jumping on, I'm going to share this out in a few of my favorite places. And then we will get this show on the road. Got to make sure my technology is working. That is always a must. Great. I got some volume. Let me share this in a few of my favorite places. Hello, good morning. Get there. And okay, we are done. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome, welcome everyone. All right. So first, I want to welcome you to the show. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady. I help home business owners win the tax game by helping you keep more of the money you earn and pay less to Uncle Sam in taxes. We want to pay the least amount legally allowable. Yes, legally is the word. Okay. So again, welcome. I'm answering today's question is about how to have your kid work for you. Okay, so this is a beautiful thing where child labor laws are absolutely fabulous. Okay, let me just say that. All right, so let's talk about it. First of all, let's talk about the rules. In order for you to have your child work for you, and you not pay taxes, there are a few rules, okay? The first one is that you are either a sole proprietor, and that can be a sole proprietor or a single member LLC because it's still treated as a sole proprietor. The other is that it's a partnership where both partners are parents of the minor child. So if it's a husband and wife that are partners and the minor child works in the business, we can do that. So the question then becomes, how much can I pay them? All right, before we get there, let's talk about the ages. Now, usually the minimum accepted age is 7 and it goes up to 17. So if you have a child between the ages of 7 and 17, they can work in your business, but you have to have age appropriate jobs, okay? So for instance, if you have a 7-year-old can address an envelope, they can clean your office, they can file things. They can even type stuff into spreadsheets. Someone a little bit older is, maybe in the, teenage, right? Teenagers can run your social media. You might have a middle schooler who may answer your phones or confirm your appointments for you. So if you have a child from the age of 7 up until the age of 17, you can hire them to work in your business. Okay. Now, then the question becomes, how much do you pay them? Well, you have to pay them a reasonable wage for what they are doing, meaning that you can't go pay your kid $15 an hour to go vacuum your office when you normally wouldn't pay someone else $15 an hour to vacuum your office. Okay. So it really depends on where you are, but it has to be a reasonable wage. You also cannot lowball your kids and pay them $1 an hour to work in your office, right? You have to pay them an actual reasonable wage. Okay, now the key though, for this to be the most advantageous to you is that you have to keep it under their standard deduction. So for 2017, it's $6,000. I think it's $6,500. I just usually keep it at $6,000 just to have a nice even number. Okay. So, but if you think about it, $6,000 a year is $500 a month. So you can pay your kid $500 a month to work in your business and you don't have to file taxes for them. Okay. So up to $500 a month, you don't have to file taxes. And if you got more than one kid between the ages of 7 to 17, that's $6,000 per kid. So you can have a whole operation going on, right? If you've got 3 or 4 kids in that age, you can have that whole operation going on. You get to pay them. You don't have to file taxes for them, and you get help in your business. Now, one of the key things here is that you must be making money in your business in order to pay them. Okay. You cannot be operating at a loss. Okay. After, we talked about the whole business thing where with the IRS, you're considered to be in business. You must be in profit 3 out of 5 years. You cannot continually be operating at a loss and be expecting to be able to take these tax write-offs. Okay. Let's be clear about that. But the main thing here, of course, is what? Documentation. And I beat the documentation horse to death. Okay. So you've got to have everything documented. And, for you to really have everything you need, you can get my minor child employment kit. Okay. It's, I'll give you the link to it. Let's see. Miranda, did you get the age 7 to 17? So y'all know I can't talk and type at the same time. I'm trying. I still can't do it. Okay. There it is. All right. I still got a typo in there. I'll fix that later. Okay, so that's the link right there to get my minor child employment kit, because documentation, again, is key. And the other thing is that your kid actually has to do some work. So you can't just sit there and say, okay, Lil Ray Way worked in my office, and so I'm going to say I paid him, $5,000. No, you actually have to have this kid doing some work, okay? You have to have them actually sweep the floor, actually stuff the envelopes, actually make the calls, actually manage the social media. This is not some kind of loop it, swoop it deal where you can say you did it and you didn't. That's not how this works, because the IRS will verify all of your information. And, in the event that they audit you. Okay. So you've got to really have them doing work, and it's age appropriate work. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong with this savvy as our kids are. You could have a 12 or 13-year-old running your Instagram account, because I know my kid stays on Instagram like it's his job. It's gonna be his job, right? But it's age appropriate and, according to their abilities. So the nuts and bolts is, 7 to 17. Okay. Over the age of 17, you can still do some things, but it's not the same. You may not have to pay some other taxes, but you will have to file income taxes for them over the age of 17. Okay. And now, here's the thing to think about this is all the stuff that they can pay for that you're going to pay for anyway. So school year just started. For all my high school people, if y'all don't have these kids working in y'all's businesses to pay for some of this stuff, because they're going to be wanting to go to football games. They got to go to the mall. They got to go to the movies. They got to go do all this stuff, right? And you're going to be paying for this stuff anyway. Then why not let them earn it and pay for it themselves? Okay. So for instance, if your kid is going to the homecoming is going to be what, October? All right. So if your kid, girl, prom, woo! If your kid is going to the homecoming game, okay, they can earn some money now to pay for the football tickets, to go to the homecoming dance, all that. They can work right now to pay for that stuff. Okay, prom is another one. Listen, I've been talking about prom since May. Why? Because I have seen some of these price tags for prom, and I'm sitting over here needing oxygen, and my kid is not even going to prom yet. So you can have your kid working right now. If you're going to be paying that prom bill anyway, let them work. You pay them, they save their money, you get a tax write-off, and their prom gets paid for. Okay, and they also get some money management, and they learn responsibility, because the thing about it is that if you're going to be writing this check anyway, let's get some family lessons out of this. Let's say, okay, listen, if you're going to pay for prom, if the prom price tag is $1,000, okay, you need to work X amount, you need to save X amount. Okay, so you start this now in September, because prom is going to be here before you know it. Okay, because the older you go, the faster the tape goes, right? The closer you get to the end of the tape, the faster it goes. Okay, so prom is going to be here in the blink of an eye, and all of the stuff in between. Right? Like I said, you're going to have the homecoming dance, and do they still do Sadie Hawkins dances and all that craziness too? There is always something going on. There's always some kind of dance. There's always some game, especially when it comes down to high school, right? Middle school, they're starting to get there, because I'm gonna tell you one thing: the hoops I went through for my son for his 8th grade graduation. I'm saying, listen, it was just the 8th grade. It wasn't supposed to be all that. But, there was still a price tag. So, hiring your kid, it's beneficial to you, and that you get help in your office and you get the tax write-off. It's beneficial to them because, number one, they build a work history. And number two, you teach them how to manage their finances. Now, the other key is, beyond having to do some work, is you actually have to pay them, meaning that you need to be depositing some money into a bank account with their name on it. It can be your name and their name, but it's got to have their name on it, so you can have that trail of you actually paying them. Okay. Now, there are certain things that they should not pay for. That's actually in the minor child employment kit that I have available to you. It tells you what they should not pay for. Okay. Because there are things that they can pay for, things that they should not pay for. All right. That's going to wind up getting you in a lot of trouble if, in the event of an audit. Okay. So grab the minor child employment kit, bit.ly/hire my child. All right. And so in that, it's going to give you everything that you need to hire your kid, and what you need to do, everything that you need to keep you in good standing with the IRS. Okay. But but you guys that have these businesses, if you have a sole proprietorship, single member LLC, or a partnership with you and your spouse, you guys need to be putting these kids to work. Okay. Seriously, because like I said, it teaches them, it gives them some work history, because if mom and dad are business owners and you put the kid to work, you're teaching them work ethic. You're teaching them the value of $1. You're teaching them all of these skills that a lot of companies are complaining that the millennial generation does not have. Thank you, Lorvelle. I appreciate you. But it really is one of the complaints that I hear, from other, like corporate people, is that, having that work ethic and that drive is missing now, because people, kids these days are feeling so entitled. So when you actually put them to work and they actually have to spend their own money, when they figure out how long and how hard they got to work before they go buy that $150 pair of sneakers, they're going to be starting to make some different decisions, right? I had this issue with my son. He's like, Mommy, I want this. Okay, this is how long you're going to have to work to earn this money. This is how much you're going to have to save and all this other stuff. And then he goes, because when you look at the expenses, right? So when I show him how much it costs to take care of him and how much money he really isn't making, right? Then he starts to make more informed decisions. He starts to say no to himself just a little bit more. Okay. So, that's it, you guys. Having your kid work for you is, that's one of those things that truly is a win-win. It teaches them about your business, right? Because, we want to leave a legacy, to our kids. That's starting from the bottom. That ain't cute. Okay. Let's give them something to stand on, build them a legacy. Now, if you build them a platform and they don't want it, hey, that's on them. It's not on you. You've done your job as a parent. But when you teach your kids how to work for something, how to really put their nose to the grindstone to earn something that they really want, that is something that you don't want them to learn by life teaching them. Let them learn this now, because see, when they get out there and be grown for real, okay, and they think they are entitled to something, and some boss says, no, and here is your pink slip, right? Then, let them learn those lessons now, guys, for real. Go through that with them. I can't advocate it enough. Because it's worked wonders in my own household. Even my 9-year-old, she hustled me for some sneakers, y'all. I couldn't say anything because she did her math. It was on point. All I could do was just go take her and help her get these shoes. So, that's it, you guys. Like I said, the Minor Child Employment Kit is available to you. Teaches you everything you need to know and the investment for it. When you think about the investment that you for this Minor Child Employment Kit is going to save you about $6,000 in taxable income, that's sexy. Okay. And if you got more than one kid, 6,000 times however many kids you got that you could employ. All right. So, that's it for me. Thank you for everyone who shared. And if you're watching this on YouTube, because I do upload my lives onto my YouTube channel, please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. And if you got a good aha, make sure to share it and leave a comment and let me know. All right. So thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.